Sell a course, pay someone to fix your credit score, get an Airbnb. Oh, you thought I was going to tell you to do that to build wealth this year? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Because it's not a quick fix that is going to build your wealth and transform your finances this year. It's your habits.
The way you act. It's the way you.
There are certain ways that people who are building wealth act, okay? And in this video, I'm going to share those 8 habits with you. My hope is that it will, one, inspire you, but also put you on the path to creating your own financial freedom. So the first habit, keep watching.
5, 10, 20, 50, 100, pass them around.
Hey, I'm Elena, here to help you in your faith, your finances, and your life. The truth is that many of us don't even believe that we can achieve financial freedom because we've never seen it modeled before. I believe that I could never pay off my student loans, that I definitely couldn't own a business and buy a house in this economy. Child, please. But one day I decided not to believe that anymore, and I have since achieved all 3. And in doing this, it really came down to belief and it came down to habits. And I have read studies that have analyzed hundreds of wealthy people and their habits and the habits they implement that help them to create the life that they dreamed. Or a rich life, as some people like to call it. And my hope is that you can implement some of these habits into your own rich life. So what exactly is a rich life? Because I'm not talking just about monetary. Creating a rich life is a term or an idea or phrase that I learned from the financial guru Ramit Sethi. In it, he focuses on not just cutting back on the avocado toast, but really identifying the things that bring joy and creating a money plan that pushes you towards that vision. And on the flip side, eliminating everything else very aggressively, things that you're wasting so much money and time on that you don't even really care about. Like for me, I don't really care about getting my nails done. I know, am I ratchet? Am I a savage or what? Like, it's cute for special occasion, but I am not trying to drop $100+ every other week. So what does your rich life look like? Do you like slow mornings? Do you like seeing a movie every Friday night? Do you love doing a solo vacation in a beautiful place? What money moves can you make to help you get more towards your rich life, which is really all about freedom and less about wasting money on things that will not get you there, like that new Shein store in Atlanta. Unless your rich life is shit, okay? There's no judgment zone over here. So let's get to the habits. Research shows that nearly half of what you do every single day is automatic. So if your habits are out of alignment with the rich life that you say that you want, then guess what? Your results will be too. So here are 8 things that I think will help you get closer to that dream of yours. Number 1, spend time with God daily. This, you guys, has to be a non-negotiable. It is so easy for us to ground and anchor our worthiness in our money, in our status, in our job, in our relationships. It is so easy for us to get off course and focus on all of these things that are not lasting. At the end of the day, being successful is amazing, but it should not come at a cost of not knowing who you are and whose you are. We should be in a constant state of surrendering and trusting the Lord with our desires and our plans. And when we are not doing that, we are never going to be in alignment with what God has placed on our life and the purpose for our life. A habit of someone who is living their rich life, especially one that is on their walk with following Jesus, is putting Jesus absolutely first in their decision making and spending time with him. Yes, I mean reading the Bible daily. In fact, there was a study that showed that compared people who read the Bible maybe like once a week or not at all to people who read it every single day, and they showed that the percentage of anxiety and depression dropped significantly for the people that spent time in the Word every single day. So this has to come before any other tip, in my opinion. Number 2, have the courage to put yourself in new environments regularly, trying new things, stretching your mind, letting your mind become open to new people and new ideas. This is so powerful because, like I mentioned before, a lot of the things that stop us from walking in abundance, walking in purpose, is our mindset. And so what better way to practice shattering some of those limiting beliefs than going out and doing something different? For example, I did not grow up swimming, okay? I was your stereotypical black little girl that could not go swimming because I couldn't get her hair wet. And in my adult life, recently, I really tried to be more open to water, going to the beach, going to the pool, and just getting more comfortable in those spaces. And that has done so much for just helping me, one, break that spirit of fear inside of me over not just water, but over so many things that I want to do that I feel like sometimes I can't do because I don't know what's happening on the other side, or I don't think that I'm good enough to do it. And so that is just one example of ways that you can really just start to expand your mindset. It doesn't have to be super huge things either. It could be a small thing. It's like, let me try this new hairstyle or something like that. Or trying a new kind of food that you've never eaten before. Number 3, a habit that people have that will help set you on your rich life is a habit of eliminating debt aggressively. Most people who are really successful do not have bad debt. They don't have a lot of student loans. They don't have thousands of credit card debt. And so if you really want to start to move in the right direction with your finances, you've got to prioritize eliminating the bad debt. I would look at your credit cards and see which one has the highest interest rate, or you could do the snowball method, which is paying off your lowest debt first and snowballing that payment into the next one once it's paid off. This transformed my life, you guys. There's no way that I could be even doing half the things that I'm doing with my life or achieving some of the goals that I had without paying off my debt. So you have to lock in, and prioritize this. Number 4, a habit that wealthy people do is they save. Every paycheck, you need to be paying yourself first, and then you need to be paying debt. Save, pay. Like, that needs to be the order, okay? Save and pay debt. It is not healthy and it is not sustainable for you to not have anything in your savings account. People who are wealthy and move differently, they have their 3 to 6 months of expenses in their account. They go to sleep not worrying about if there was something that happened to their car, there was a leak in their roof. They could afford to pay it. You have to make it your goal that you are going to get to a place where you are going to have a good amount of savings for your emergency fund. Number 5, a habit that wealthy people make is that they deal with their trauma. People who want to create a whole life, a life of freedom, not just in their finances, but in their mind, in their heart, they deal with the things that are hardest. They journal, they go to therapy, they work through unforgiveness and reconciling relationships. They are doing the hard work. And so are you in a place in your life where you're willing to do hard things? You're willing to have hard conversations with yourself. You're willing to admit that you need certain things. This is a crucial step of maybe getting over some of those mental blocks that you may have around money and success and wealth. Another important habit is investing in your health. This could be exercising regularly or just a daily practice of movement. It doesn't have to be hitting the gym hard, lifting all the weights. It can literally be walking 30 minutes a day. One study that I found showed that 75% of millionaires in that study moved daily. They exercised daily. This is a habit of not just prioritizing your external, but prioritizing your internal. Sometimes that is so hard when there's so many moving pieces. Maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a wife, maybe you're trying to go back to school, whatever it is. But if you are pouring into yourself, then you can pour out to other people, which does attract money. And this is not some woo-woo manifestation type of thing. This does attract putting you in the right places. You're also more alert to hear from the Lord. So it's just, and you're honoring your temple, which houses literally the Holy Spirit inside of you. So this is a habit that is absolutely crucial. Move in your body, okay? Move in your body. Number 7 is a habit is always learning what you don't know. YouTube is free. It is so good for this. Being on this channel is a great step. So clap it up for that. But when I was working towards my debt-free journey, I was learning everything there was to learn about money. I wanted to learn about credit. I wanted to learn about investing. I wanted to learn about habits that financially free people make. I wanted to learn everything there was about this subject because I wanted to be a person who did well with money for the first time, and honestly the first time in my immediate family. So you have to seek out learning new things, learning new ideas, hearing new perspectives. This will absolutely change everything in the way that you approach your money and your life. And lastly, number 8, something I'm still working on is less scrolling. Oh my gosh, we consume so much time on social media, you guys. Even last night I was in my bed, and I promise you, I ate dinner, I cooked dinner, I ate dinner, and got in my bed. Over the span of that time was 3 hours that I went from YouTube to TikTok to a little bit Instagram. We don't really do Instagram like that, but back to TikTok and back to YouTube. And you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to like hustle and don't ever get on these things. But what I'm saying is we put so much time into these platforms comparing ourselves and looking what other people are doing when we really could be using that time to focus on ourselves and to pour into ourselves. So there's going to be times that you're going to have to turn off social media. I'm pot calling the kettle black, okay? I'm speaking to myself. You're gonna have to turn off the apps, turn off social media, get in your word, get in your Bible, get in your journal, and do the work. And I know that sometimes social media is a way to escape and not think about all these things in your situations, but you have to do the work. And so that is just a habit that is so hard to break, but something that we all have to commit to is less scrolling. So these are all habits that I'm either implementing or currently attempting to implement now, and that have just really transformed the way that I manage my money, and has just put me, like, I never thought that I would achieve some of the things in my financial journey that I have when I started some of these habits, like paying debt off aggressively. And so it's just totally transformed that for me. And I hope that it will do the same for you. So if you were inspired by this video, if you thought it was really helpful, then subscribe to the channel and follow me for more, because we talk about real topics in faith and your finances. And so I want us all to level up. I want us all to lock in and do amazing with our money and honoring what God has given us. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.